Welcome everyone back to another Allspark review right here on YouTube. My name is Will, and today we're going to be looking at Optimus Prime Revenge of the Fallen Studio Series Voyager. This is something I've been after. I've been after this actually for a while, since it was announced it was coming back out, and I managed to get my hands on one. Now, before we go any further, remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell when you know I upload a new video on YouTube. And if you want to follow me on Twitter or any other social media, stay tuned to the end of the video to get all the details. With the Studio Series Optimus Prime, there's been a couple other ones that came back out, especially from the Revenge of the Fallen class. In my opinion, Revenge of the Fallen actually had the best toy line in the Bayverse movies. Basically, the detail in them were bang on compared to the likes of the Dark of the Moon, which did have good toys. The original Transformers movie was okay toys. They were there, but when it came to the second movie, they'd done a good job with the new figures that came out. So it made sense going back to the Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime. Now, you already know how I felt about the Last Night Optimus Prime or the Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. It's an okay Prime, but this was always my favourite one from the Bayverse. So, let's get him open the box, and let's get him transformed. Now, there is a couple of extras in this box. You do get a stand with it, and the box is beautifully detailed on the back how everything's going to be. I do have a few figures to show you the height and difference when he's transformed and standing up in robot mode compared to another Optimus Prime figures. If I was to go through every single one, I'd be here all day. You have no idea how many Optimus Primes I've got. So let's use those ones. Plus, I've got a little extra add-on that I managed to get hold of, and I think it might fit this one. So let's get Studio Series Optimus Prime open and check him out. And here he is, folks. Optimus Prime Studio Series transformed into truck mode. And I had to mess about with my settings for the camera to try and get basically the best light for this guy. The way they've done the paint, in my opinion, this red's a bit too deep. Just a bit. I wish it could have been a bit brighter. I do like the blue. The blue I really do love. It does have like a metallic look to it, even though it's not metallic paint. But the red I do wish was just a bit brighter. In the camera, way I've done it, just for video purpose, because I don't really have a light yet, a proper light for videoing, it doesn't really show up well on the eye, so that's how I've turned the brightness up for the camera, to let you get more of a detailed look at it. But, that being said, it is a good figure. It really is a good alt mode for Optimus Prime. I do like we've got storage for the blades. We can put that in the back of the truck, and if we take them off, they just peg right in the foot. Another place you can put them, if you want, is you can put them up the top. That's basically his back storage when he's in robot mode for the blades. And you can just stab, coming at ya. So, let's look at a few comparisons. Transforming them was a bit of a pest, I am not going to lie. In my opinion, would I get this for a child? No. I wouldn't say this is a child's one. This, if they're really into Transformers and they've had some of the movie figures and they can transform them, and I'm talking about the Megatrons, the Optimus Prime, the hard levels where it is so much little parts you have to transform to get them to sit like this, by all means. But if they're a young child and they haven't really got that type, then I would pass this one. I'd say this is more aimed at the collectors rather than like a toy, but it's always down to, like, obviously your own interpretation if you want to get it or not. The other thing I noticed, which I don't like, are these wheels. I do wish there was a bit more detail on them. I just think they just look a bit plasticky, and there's just hardly anything. And considering when the vehicle does look this good, that could have been a lot better. Underneath is basically everything is well hidden. So let's bring in a comparison. Let's bring in the Voyager class of Age of Extinction. And we've got that Optimus Prime. Now you can clearly see a size difference. And this is the other thing I was going to talk about. This is classed as a Voyager. This is also classed as a Voyager. And when he's transformed, I've got another 2 figures to put next to him, which are classed as Voyagers in the toy line. I do think he should have been a bit bigger. That's my only issue with him. But when you see him next to that, like the 2 versions of Optimus Prime in both movies, I don't have the Voyager of likes of The Last Night Optimus Prime. That's the only one I don't have. Maybe I should pick that one up. But it gives you a rough idea of how he looks next to the Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. The other thing I was going to do was, when I tried seeing size comparison, was I've got a trailer. Yes, that is right, I've got a Dark of the Moon trailer for one of the Voyager classes. And this is where I noticed the size difference. I use this trailer to let you see, because it's only really time you're probably going to see it for this one. And it just sits like that on display in my room. And I have it like that purely because it's G1. It's totally G1 Optimus Prime. I love it. Bit on the big side, it doesn't really sit quite right, but it's the whole point is it looks like G1 Optimus Prime. Once I put in this figure, which does have a port, you can clearly see it's a bit of a size difference, and what it instantly reminded me of was the Ultimate Optimus Prime from Dark of the Moon, which the trailer was super big compared to the vehicle mode. But it does look okay. The blue match is quite nice, and it does finish it off quite well, but it's on the big side. That's the only thing it let me down on using it. Getting him transformed, like I said, is a bit finicky. He can be a bit tough, but let's get him started anyhow. And it's going to be a slow process, because parts of this, when I was transforming them into vehicle mode, would just clip off. They would just clip off. You can put them back on, but that's a level we're at of frustration with this figure. First off, just bring up the fuel tanks. They just unclip at the side. Everything's got pegs, so it looks like that. The feet and legs just bring down like this. And basically unhook. And you can just come down the back, push these parts, and that will bring the leg forward like so. So this part, push, leg in place, and there you go. Just make sure everything's locked in. Get his knee pads just clearly out the road, so they're just sitting like that. So this is what you want Prime just to look at just now. Next up, unhook the wheels here. Just leave them like that for a second, because we have to bring in the shoulder guards, which is underneath. So just so you can see a better part of it, they just go there. Keep these wheels out the road, and the body just swings up. And don't lock it in just yet. This is a problem I had right away transforming them. Well, as soon as I lock that into place, this part here, you're going to see this cabin move forward. And you can see right there where the issue is going to be, because you have to turn these legs round. So, easiest way I found it was leave it like this. You can bring the legs in like that, clip them in. Same again. And that leg and the wheel separate, just put that there. So it looks like proper Optimus Prime. Come to the front. Now, as you can see, this is all going to be the arm section here. But what we're going to do first is the back bit. Just unhook and bring these panels all forward. So you're having it look like this. With his body being like that, again, just move these parts out of the way and you can now put that down. His head is ready to come up, but we'll do that bit last. Come to the front, unclip. Now we've got all this unhooked, we can just basically move everything here round behind Optimus Prime. That little bit is still locked in, so there we go. Just move those parts in from the side, and the neat thing is they all tidy up, which I do like. So they've got to go in there. Having those two bits there, that's that ready for the shoulders for once they come round. The arms unhook like so. Come to the front of the grille, move that out of the way. Okay, so you can basically see where this is all going. Move it up, around, so it fits like that, and just bring it in. So that you can see it's just nicely moving into the back. So up, over, and around. That's basically the back section done. That is basically it. Now, because we've got the arms unhooked, we can now put the legs slightly into place just, and come here, move these parts out the way first, and Prime's body is ready to go in there. So what you've got to do now is come to this bit, just push gently on the cabin there, and Prime's head will pop up. But you've got this big hole in the middle. That's where this joint comes in. And basically all you're doing is lining up Prime's head and the joint, and boom, it's clicked in place. The rest of the front appears. Click, legs in, turn them round. There you go. And it's just a case of tidying everything up now. So arms down, move everything that way, twist the hand round, close everything off. There's one hand, and that just locks into the middle with that shoulder guard, like so. Same again, twist round, lock in the middle. When he wants to lock, there we go. Hand down, twist the arm round. Well, it's just popped off. That is the stuff I was saying. That right there is basically the great example of it. And there we have it. Come at the back. Just, if you want, you can move these up just to tidy everything up if you want. I don't mind that. I just keep them down. So they're just like this. You can move them up so they look tidy again. That's only the problem at the back I don't like. It's just the exposes, but keeping it like that kind of keeps it as tidy as best as possible. And there we have Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime with his blades. just put them in the hand, like so. If he wants to hold it. Come on, Prime, hold your blade. And there you go. So I just have to swap that one round. But it gives you a rough idea what the blade is like. He has got good articulation. Like, he can kick if you want, he can punch, move the arms. The head has got okay detail. The grey, I don't really like. I think that's the thing that throws me off this Transformer, especially for Optimus Prime's sake, is just when I get this blade off, is that grey. That grey does not suit Optimus Prime, in my opinion. I think Optimus should have been a bit more light grey, so you can see the figure better. I'm actually going to turn on my autofocus, because I want to see if I can bring the face in a fraction. There we go. I do wish the face had better detail in the sense of with the colour you can see more detail, and previous Optimus Primes have got that. And I'm actually going to bring one in which was one of the limited editions from good old Toys R Us of the Invasion Optimus Prime. This is him, and the only difference is he's got the flames and stuff like the original one from the trilogy. Bring him down, and let's bring him forward. And I'll bring him back a fraction, just get the camera to focus. I think because of that gun is in the way. This one, as you can clearly see, has more detail in the face. You can clearly see it's Optimus Prime. And that's the point where I felt this figure failed. And there's the size difference. That's how I don't feel it feels like a Voyager. This is a Voyager. This one right here. And this one costs less than this one. And that's a Voyager. From the Dark of the Moon series, I do have one we can use to have a look at. Because all my Dark of the Moon Optimus Primes are transformed. And that gives you a rough idea, height-wise. This is a better figure than that. That's clearly obvious. The Dark of the Moon ones I felt was a letdown after how amazing the Revenge of the Fallen stuff was. I put his gun down because I don't want him aiming at you. And you can clearly see the detail. The detail in that one is far superior for a Voyager compared to that one. It is far superior. So, with his blades, let's take them at the back and put the blades away. Like so. And they don't look that bad. They don't look that bad. What I'm going to do for showing off purposes is put one blade in. So he's got that blade there. Reason being, I do have an ion cannon. His ion rifle. And of course, this was one of the mech techs. You can push it forward if it still works. Yep. And that shows off. Oh, there I go. Another blade, but I want it for the gun. And it was perfect size. And there you go. That is how finicky this figure is. That happened to me quite a lot on the right hand when I was transforming them. So be wary. If you find the joints like that, they do clip back on. But at least that happens so I can show you. So let's try and reenact my wallpaper on my PC. Because that is basically my favourite Optimus Prime. And Movieverse. Well, Bayverse. Favourite still Movieverse is Hot Rod and Rodimus. But let's try and get my wallpaper. And there we go. he does look cool. He does look really cool when he's got all these accessories on. The gun is just something I've got extra, and it does kind of finish the character off. But the extra thing you get with this figure, I'm going to have to move the camera back slightly, is a stand. You get this lovely stand. Now obviously it's a forest battle, you can move it out, it shows you the Transformers like that, Avenge of the Fallen at the bottom, and you can just put your Optimus Prime there for display. And there you have it, folks. Overall, good figure. I think the transformation could have been a bit easier. I don't class it as a Voyager. I think it's a bit slightly overpriced. In the UK, it's $32.99 from Smith's. That's where I bought this figure from. Considering when you think of Voyager, or the other one I showed was a bit cheaper from Toys R Us, and that was an exclusive one. It's up to your own discretion if you want to buy this for a child. Like I said, if they've got experience transforming, like leader class Transformers, I'm going like Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime, and we all know how that one is to transform, but that is the second coming of Optimus Prime when it comes to the Movieverse toys. He is the best one, the leader class Optimus Prime, which his character's based on, but obviously it's not the size. Paint, I do wish they used a lighter grey. I think that could have really popped Optimus Prime's face. It's the only thing I feel it lets it down, considering how detailed Prime's face can be. Of course, this is an extra, but having the two dual blades and they just clip on, they're not hidden under a part of his armour, is pretty cool. And that's really much it. It really is a good figure to have. Having him in alt mode is another nice truck to have to the collection. The paint could have been a bit better for the red, but overall, it is worth a buy. It is worth a buy. If you're a collector or you do love Optimus Prime, it is worth a buy and checking out. There is more in the series, for the studio series. Hopefully I can pick them up, but at least I got Optimus Prime. As always, guys, thank you. I hope you really enjoyed the video. As always, like and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Allspark Reviews, and now you can follow Allspark Reviews on Twitter at AllsparkYT. And of course, you can follow myself on Twitch at OptimusWalber85. Just type that in the search engine at the top. Also, a massive thank you once again to Cybertronic Spree for their amazing track, Cybertronic Warrior. I really do hope you guys check them out and give them much support and much love. One of the most fantastic bands I've ever heard, and do amazing covers. So please check them out right here on YouTube, Twitter and Facebook. And as always, guys, till all are one.